All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for State of the Atmosphere. Tonight, we've got too long a list on those that are departed this week. We're going to talk about Michael Madsen, Julian McMahon, and Kenneth Colley tonight on the Pop Culture Update. Of course, we're going to have the Sweeney spot as usual for a palate cleanser, and this evening's main feature is about Superman. He has landed. Everybody will start seeing him tomorrow night, and we're going to talk about it tonight on State of the Atmosphere.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
All right, ladies and gents, welcome aboard for State of the Atmosphere. I'm your host, JoesAtmosfere, and as usual, I've got my compadres along with me. Starting with Knock, he is muted right now. So, there he is. Okay, how you doing, Knock?
I'm here.
Yeah, he's here by the hair of his chin. Tell him real quick what's going on. Tell him where you're at.
I'm currently sheltering out in DC right now. I got a hotel for the night. I went to the National Theater here in DC to see the Harry Potter Cursed Child play, which was very awesome. And then before the thunderstorm that's currently going on could take effect, I managed to get back to the hotel. So in Crystal City that I like to go to when I'm in DC. It's a short metro ride away. So I'm hanging out here. I tried to set up my laptop, but unfortunately I haven't used my laptop in quite a while because I've been using my PC lately. So it has a lot of updates that it's trying to do. And that plus the hotel Wi-Fi is not behaving correctly. So I'm on my phone.
No.
So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, you're going to do just fine, man. It's good to see you. John, how are you doing this evening, brother?
I'm doing okay. I had a tooth out, so.
Oh man, are you on the good stuff, sir?
No,
they didn't give you the good stuff. No Percocets, nothing like that.
Nope.
Come on, that's supposed to be the perk of getting your mouth worked on. Is they give you the good stuff, man. What the heck is going on?
My wife's bringing me yogurt and ice cream, so.
Okay, gotcha. Well, let's take a look at the chat and see who's here. Of course, there's one of two guys that show up first, and in this case, it was the hardest working wrench in the business. He was the first in tonight.
Womack. Why am I not surprised, you piece of shit?
Vince is here. He's usually got, he's usually got something, that says cheerio, guys and gals, but he was too busy putting links up today. But he does say, if you're going to see Superboy, leave before the end credits. They did your girl Kara dirty. Oh, well. My man is already starting off the show with spoilers, I guess. I don't know.
Hey, let's not.
Let's not do that. Yeah, and that's something I do want to avoid tonight. So, anybody that's seen it, give us your overall thoughts on it. But we're not really going to get into a review of it tonight. That's for next week after we've all seen it. So, anyway, all the links are there. I do want to show you guys what the links are about. Real quick, I need to get better at doing this, so let's go ahead and do it now. Want you to go by JoesAtmosfere.com. Check that out. If you want some of my artwork, all you have to do is go to this little talk box down here, click it, and you can send me a message through email, or I have an email thing down at the bottom of the page. Here you'll see a history of me and my artistic journey and the streaming schedule for the week. So you guys go check that out. I'm going to be updating it here pretty soon with a marketplace in it, but the commissions are always open. So you can just get a hold of me through that little box right there anytime you want to. Then if you want to support the channel, you can also go to my Subscribe page. That's got announcements about upcoming shows and stuff like that. But most importantly, if you want to read the story of the privateer or the origin stories of the characters in the book, they're all here for $1. Or the written word is here for $1, and the artwork is here for $5. You can sit there and you can download the pictures of the stuff that I've already done on the book and take a look at it as I'm inking it. So you guys go check that out if you want to support me on Subscribe. It's $1 for the written word and $5 for the artwork. So go check that out whenever you have a chance. And of course, we want you to follow us on all the social medias, YouTube, Rumble, Twitch. I shouldn't be live on there. There it goes. Okay. Kick, and sometimes the sound comes on. Kick and X and Facebook. And don't forget, on Facebook, the Privateer has his own Facebook page as well. You can go over to, all you have to do is search for The Privateer. He's a fictional character. And right there under the featured stuff, you'll see the origin stories and all the good stuff. Matter of fact, remember, Knock, I used to do the first writing of the character on that. It came in as like radio transmissions, right? To the rest of the league when we were playing DCUO. So anyway, you guys go check that out if you want to support the channel. So we're going to start tonight by checking in with the rest of the chat and see who else is here. Keely Chow is here. What's up, John?
Well, I'm about to send you something on X. I got something that I want to show everybody.
Okay, sure. Throw it up there. Good boy.
By the way,
I sent it to you on X.
Okay, cool.
While you're looking it up, I want to let Vince Womack know that, just so you know, anything you say is going to bother me as a spoiler.
That's it.
He says not saying more than that. Well, it doesn't matter. You said enough. I hate any kind, because now I'm going to be expecting that for the whole movie.
Right.
So just so you know, no spoilers. I hate you now.
Tonight. No spoilers.
You're the worst. You're the worst person ever.
Oh, look at this. Okay, check it out, guys. This is John's new car.
Yeah, I got a new car today.
Check it out, man. What'd you get?
It's a.
Well, you got half a car. Nice. When are you going to get the other half?
Yeah.
What I paid off.
Is the other half in the mail?
What I paid off. Go ahead.
It's a Jeep Compass Trailhawk 4-wheel drive.
That's cool, man. A Jeep. See,
I remember my first half of a car.
I love Jeep products, man. I'd love to have one. Maybe not that.
I'm a Mopar guy, so
Jeep, that's for sure. But anyway, well, it's good to see you guys. Let's see. Killy Chow's in the chat tonight. He says, pour one out for Sherry's Slim Clams and Sherry's Clam Shack. Rip. Oh my God. Listen to him, man. This is crazy. Let's see what else we got here. He's still putting links out. Vince is the hardest working guy. And then we got Low Spec. He's in the house. Good to see you, Penguin Master. Let's see. Keely says the hotel Wi-Fi is doing its impression of the Washington teams. Oh my gosh. Wow. Juliet is here. Good evening. It's good to see you for sure. And let's see. Rhonda is here. That's the Royal Fox, boys and girls. She said, don't drive it down the main drive in Missouri.
They're still working on it.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. That they had that place torn up. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, it's the main drag in Warrensburg. Is that am I getting that right?
Yeah.
They have been working on that for a while. There's some of it's torn up so bad they've got steel plates across some of the asphalt, and it's just oof. It's rough.
That's because
But he'll be fine on a Jeep because it's four-wheel drive.
Yeah.
He can drive up and down that all day long. All right, guys, let's get to it. It is time for the pop culture update. You know we've got to start off with that, so let's get going.
Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
And of course, you know, we always start with the numbers. Let's take a look. Now, this is kind of deceiving, though. It's from the 4th through the 6th. Now, guys, we all know that the movie on top only made $92 million between those 3 days, but you see the total gross at that point is $147 because it actually started on Wednesday. It had a 4-day weekend to start with. It grossed $147.8 million. Jurassic World Rebirth. F1 made $25 million. It's doing okay. It's doing okay. It's made $109 million domestically. That's more than I thought it would make here in the States. I thought it would make more globally, but it's doing okay here. How to Train Your Dragon, still in the double digits. Still in the double-digit millions. It made $11 million. It's up to $250,000 almost here domestically. And then Elio and 28 Years Later round off the top 5. But what I wanted to show you guys was that difference in the numbers. Jurassic World Rebirth hatches new era for Dino franchise with $323 million globally. And it was 147 of that here in the U.S. And what I thought was, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry, Joe. I was just saying, like, how do you fail? It's dinosaurs.
Yeah, it's dinosaurs.
It's really hard to fail.
It is hard to fail that one. It really is. And
dinosaurs and ScarJo.
Yeah, you can't go wrong. And speaking of ScarJo, guess what it did for ScarJo? She is now Scarlett Johansson passes Samuel L. Jackson and Robert Downey Jr. to become Hollywood's highest-grossing star. She was third behind those two until Rebirth came out, and now she's number 1 all time, apparently. So, wow, that's amazing. That is amazing. That's something else. You would especially, you know, maybe not Robert Downey Jr. because he's in a lot of those movies, but ScarJo's, you know, they kind of cancel each other out, right? The only one that they're not in together is the first Iron Man movie, right? Because she showed up in the second one, right? Yeah. So,
and Black Widow.
Yeah. Well,
and her solo movie.
Right. You understand what I'm saying, though. But most of those MCU movies, they're both in them. But Samuel Jackson, you know, he's had a lot of stuff outside of the MCU. So I figured.
So we'll always have the first Jurassic Park.
Yes, we'll always have the first Jurassic Park. And he was in that one. Yes, he was in that one. He was a computer program that can't stand hacker shit, right?
Hold on to your butts.
Yep, hold on to your butts. That's it, man. But anyway, I just thought that was pretty interesting, man. ScarJo is number 1 highest grossing star in Hollywood right now. Wow.
I do want to watch that this week as well because I'm off tomorrow and Friday. I don't know what day I'm going to watch it, but I also want to do the Superman this weekend too. So
yeah,
see both.
I'll tell you what. Well, you guys know what I'm doing for Superman. I'm driving. I'm getting off at 8:00 in the morning over at Core, and then I'm heading west on I-20 instead of east to go back to Bossier. I'm going west to go to Dallas, Texas, as soon as I get off on Saturday morning, so me and my brother can watch it. Looking forward to it too. But we'll get into Superman later on in the show. That's the main part of the show later on. And like I said, we're just going to talk briefly about the reviews that are out there and stuff. I'm not going to go into details, just the tone of them. And then I figured what we'd do is we'd look back at the Superman movies. I saw a list that IGN fucked up, as they usually fuck up lists. They did a live action list, and we're going to tear it apart here in the second half of the show. For all
I want to denote something. Juliet says, what has she done to become the highest rated star? Now, I don't think that's what we were referring to.
Yeah, it's highest grossing. the pictures that she has appeared in all together, you look at her IMDb page, all the movies she's been in, how much money they've made at the box office, she's number one. Those movies added up have made the most money at the box office.
Yeah, that's the distinction.
Highest grossing star. In other words, how much money the movies they have been in have made. That's what that means. But anyway, let's see. You get off at 7. Does Rhonda know? I said 8. Didn't I say 8? I thought I said 8. But anyway, let's see. Keely Chow says a dinosaur ate Samuel L. Jackson's character. The only thing left of him was his arm. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that's for sure. Let's see. Okay, so we got to start with Knock likes to get the bad news out of the way. We've got a lot of bad news this week. I figured I'd start with the one that is probably the guy that people know the least, but us Star Wars fans dig this guy because it was one of the quickest field promotions in history, wasn't it? I mean, if you remember the scene in Empire Strikes Back, the admiral that had him come out of light space when they went after the operation on Hoth pissed off Darth Vader and he choked him to death. And while he was having the conversation, he promoted Captain Piet to Admiral Piet, right? Kenneth Colley passed away at the age of 87 this week. If you read the article about what happened to him, he contracted COVID and died of pneumonia. That's what he specifically died of. He contracted pneumonia and died of it. Let's see. What's my wife saying? Means she has a great agent and gets good roles. Yeah, true. Keely Chow says, rest in peace. Yeah, we got a big rest in peace section. But Kenneth Colley, it's not the only thing he's done, but this is probably the thing people remember him from the most is The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. He's in both of those films. Matter of fact, that picture right there, he's pretty scared that he's kind of scared that Darth Vader's going to choke him to death because that's when they get away at the end of The Empire Strikes Back, isn't it? I think, right? And he didn't.
I'm actually going to see next week. In fact, next Thursday night, I'll be seeing Emperor Strikes Back in concert.
Oh, you suck.
Yep.
You suck, Knock. That's just all I can say. You suck, man. But he's been in some other movies. Of course, like I said, the Star Wars movies, but one that Knock may not have seen, but I know that John has seen, an old Clint Eastwood classic, Firefox. It's kind of a spy movie mixed in with a fighter jet movie. He goes into Russia and steals a next generation plane from him, a prototype. And he plays a Russian officer in it that's in charge of security for the operation and stuff. He's in that one. And he also plays Jesus in Monty Python's The Life of Brian. So he's been in a few films. But Kenneth Colley, he will be missed. I know all of us Star Wars fans were taken aback a little bit by his passing. Knock, he was one of the better supporting actors that they had for the officers, I'd say, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard for me to focus on him specifically just because,
No, I don't know. That's why I asked.
No,
John?
I mean, I again, outside of this scene, I don't know much about him, so I don't
really
have
okay
much to contribute. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's also in the beginning of Return of the Jedi. He's the one that lets the old code get them onto the planet and everything. He's all throughout the film, but it is a small role. But very cool, very cool. John, you got anything to say about him?
Nope, he was an iconic part of Star Wars.
Yeah, one of the more memorable scenes, right? The Darth Vader choking the guy to death scene. Oh my gosh, yeah,
yep,
awesome. Yep. Rest in peace, Mr. Colley, for sure. Let's see. Vince says Firefox is great. Eric Ariel says Admiral Piet wasn't a good admiral. It was thrust upon him, and he messed up with the the security thing. No doubt he did. Okay, the next one, we had 3 of them this week. The next one's Michael Madsen. He passed away next. Born in 1957, passed away at the age of 67 here in 2025. I just put that one up because I like the picture a lot. Of course, that's probably his most iconic role right there, Mr. Blonde from Reservoir Dogs. But he was in almost every Quentin Tarantino movie. That's for sure. They found him unresponsive at his Malibu house, and turns out he, according to sources, he had a cardiac arrest. That's what he died of. So, yeah, rest in peace, Michael Madsen. We're going to look at his filmography, definitely, because one of my sick pleasures is actually on this list. The ones that he's really known for, of course, are the Quentin Tarantino movies, Hateful Eight, Kill Bill Volume 1. Of course, just about all the Quentin Tarantino catalog, he's in there. He was in Species. He was in War Games. I forget about that a lot. The opening scene of War Games, he's the guy that's going to shoot Leo McGarry from The West Wing. He's in that opening scene. He's part of the reason why they decided to go to the Whopper, right? But the movie that I love that he was in is, of course, the classic. I'll instead of scrolling for it, I'm going to just go ahead and type it in real quick. Blood Rain, the super. It's got a lot of great talent in it, but it's not a great movie because it's made by Huey Bowl. So, but I love it because I love the video game. He is in Blood Rain. He plays. I'll pull it up here in a second, but he plays. This is him right here. He's kind of the Han Solo of this story right here. He's a swordsman and everything, and I'm trying to remember the name of the character. Let's see, there it is, Vladimir. Yeah, but look at the cast. It's Christina Loken. You may know her as the Terminator from Terminator 3. Ben Kingsley, of course. I mean, he's an A-list actor. We know all about him. Michelle Rodriguez, when nobody knew who she was in this movie. And, of course, Michael Madsen. There was a few others in here. Udo Kier, I think is how you pronounce that. I've always liked him in movies. Meatloaf was in it. Michael Pere was in all the Blood Rain movies. But this is my personal favorite that he was ever in. But just because I love the Blood Rain movies, you know. Knock, what's your favorite movie with Michael Madsen? Are you even aware of his filmography? Anything like that?
Not really. I do remember Blood Rain, but yeah, not much with him in particular.
Really? You're not. You must not be a Tarantino fan then, because he was in almost every one of his movies.
I mean, I've definitely seen some of his movies, like Planet Terror, you know, and then so, but yeah, not particularly this guy.
Yeah. John, what's your favorite with Michael Madsen?
Mr. Blonde.
Yeah. Reservoir Dogs, right?
Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah. That's his iconic role. That's the one everybody remembers him from. Let me just punch it up real quick. Look, it's a famous scene, guys. I can't show it here. I'll get dinged for it, but I'm trying to remember how to spell it. I'm spelling it all wrong, I'm sure. There it is.
There it is, right on top.
Yeah. It's a great heist movie. It's one of Tarantino's first movies. Was this his first directed movie? I can't remember. It might have been.
I'm not sure.
But it's got a lot of his regulars in it. But there is a scene where he is dancing around a guy. They've got to have a picture of it in here. Let me see real quick. Let me take a look. They have got to have a picture of him dancing around this guy. He tortures a guy with a straight razor. And he's dancing and singing the song, and well, I guess they don't have it in here, but it's just great. He's awesome, and he's having too good a time slicing this guy up, no doubt about it. But all the guys in here, that it's kind of like The Usual Suspects. They don't really know who they're working for, and they're all been given code names and all this stuff. It's a good show.
Yep.
It really is. Reservoir Dogs is one of the better Tarantino movies. And I think Harvey Keitel and Michael Madsen are really the highlight of that show. I also like Steve Buscemi. I think that was the first time we really saw him on screen, was in that movie. So yeah, it's got a lot of great people in it.
Was he Mr. Pink?
Huh? I can't. Let's
Mr. Pink.
Do I need to go back to that movie and see? Let's see. This had a great cast. You know, everybody was in it. Harvey Keitel was white. Tim Roth was orange. Yeah, Buscemi was pink. Yeah. They were all given code names. And Mr. Blonde, Michael Madsen. I always dug Michael. I think my favorite role of his in a Tarantino movie was Kill Bill. I dug him in Kill Bill. I thought he was great. He was if you remember, he was the bouncer in the nightclub with the cowboy hat and everything. I dug him in that role because he knew that and he said it several times. We've got this coming to us. You know what I mean? We did that girl wrong. You know what I'm saying? He was the one guy that was saying that all the time. So, yeah, rest in peace, Mr. Madsen. Let me catch up with the chat here. Let's see. Yeah, right. It's an older code, but it's still, that it checks out. Yeah. Let's see. What is she talking about here? Ariel says, hello's all. About to go play. What's that? Homeworld of Warships? Is that what she's trying to say? So you guys decide to say hi. It's good to see you, Ariel. It's always good to see you. And our good friend, whose name cannot be mentioned through the written word, but we will let you know what his name is for real.
There are some who call me Tim.
Tim is on board tonight. It's good to see you, man. Good to see you always. Errol says, John looks like he's trying to Vader. When you're going to have the mask slowly come down, John. Let's know when you're going to do that. Yeah, it's a neat backdrop.
I had a tooth out, so.
Yep. Let's see.
I had a tooth out, so I'm not.
He's with us, but hey, let's see. Speaking of Monty Python, look who is in the chat. Yeah, I saw it, man. I saw it. It's good to see you guys. And my man Read by Nature is here. Michelle is in the From Dusk Till Dawn video game. Is she really? Michelle Rodriguez is? I didn't even know they had a Dusk Till Dawn video game, period. Wow, that's crazy.
That's my favorite Tarantino movie.
What's that? Dusk Till Dawn? Yeah, you know what? Did he write that one? Because I know he didn't direct it. He just stars in it. He might have written it, though. I'm not sure. Because Robert Rodriguez is the guy that directed it. So I know he doesn't he play George Clooney's brother?
One of the brothers.
Right? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yes. Read by Nature. That is the song that he's dancing around, slicing that guy up to. Stuck in the middle with you, no doubt, man. Great stuff. Yeah, John, if you get a chance, if you want to see the iconic Michael Madsen scene, go watch that out of Reservoir Dogs, man. It's pretty cool. Tarantino's first directed movie was 1987's My Best Friend's Birthday. Really? I did not know that. Okay.
Never seen that.
That's one I've never heard of, never seen.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Madsen was also the lead in the Driver 3 video game. I do remember that because Driver 3 pissed me the fuck off. That's when it became like Grand Theft Auto. You had to get out of the car and shoot at people. I just wanted to drive the cars. You know what I mean? But to finish missions, and that one, you had to get out of the car. Yeah, I do remember that. And a gangster in GTA 3 who also threatened Laszlo on the radio. Gotcha. Yeah.
He's
cool.
done a lot of video game voiceover work.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Tim says he sent me one of Mr. Blonde. I think that's a Facebook thing. I will look it up real quick, but I'll pull it up real fast. Let's take a look real quick. What else we got in here? Read by Nature says my favorite Monty Python movie was always Life of Brian. Yeah. And Kenneth Colley plays Jesus in it. Let's see. Let's go here and hit the messages. I think that's on here. I'm not sure. Let's see. Is that the one? No, that's not it. Where do you send me messages at? I always forget.
You sent it to me on Facebook. I can forward it to you.
Okay. I always. You know what it is? He probably sent it to the Joe's Atmosphere Facebook page. I was looking at my regular thing. Hang on. Messages. Come on. For some reason, it's acting stupid. It's going to the meta page. That's why it's doing it. Yeah, that's where I've got it.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and blow it up real quick. Why? Okay. That's about as big as I can do it on here. This is a still from the scene in Reservoir Dogs where he's dancing around with the straight razor in his hand. Just stuck in the middle with you. No doubt, man. Thank you. Appreciate it there, Tim. Let's see. I returned Driver 3 to the shop within an hour after I bought it. Yeah, I'm telling you, that game pissed me off so bad because I love the first two Driver games. They were awesome. Madsen gets around more than people realize, from Species to James Bond. Yeah. I mean, I always wanted to see him play Elvis. I thought he would have been perfect as Elvis. Yeah. Don't want to give it away, but yeah. Let's see. As big as I can do it. Insert joke here. Yeah. Stop it, man. Leave me alone. Oh, shit. I'm not a tech master. I know you guys must think I am or something, but I'm not. I'm telling you. I screwed up.
I can assure you that no one thinks that.
No, you can. No one thinks I'm a tech genius, right? Oh, my God. Okay. Let's see. I want to go ahead and get the X chat out just in case somebody's over there. I've got it now. Okay, so that was the second of our losses this week in the geek world, and this one right here, this one was kind of shocking to me, and I have to tell you, I was kind of hoping to see this guy because at GeekCon here next month here in Louisiana, they're having a Charmed reunion, but unfortunately, this guy won't be there. Julian McMahon, Nip Tuck and Charmed star, dead at 56 after battle with cancer. He apparently kept this very quiet that he had been battling cancer for a few years. And I wondered what had happened to him, why he wasn't acting or anything like that. But yeah, he's passed away at the age of 56. I mean, that's around your age, isn't it, John? John, are you
2 years or a year older than me?
You're older than you.
A year older than me.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, he's been in a bunch of stuff, guys. But what he's mostly remembered for is Nip Tuck and Charmed, the television shows. But don't forget, in the original, or not the original, but the first live action movies that were released in the theaters, let me be very clear about that because I know John loves the one that was never released. The Fantastic Four movies, he was Dr. Doom in them. And it wasn't his fault that was, that character wasn't as good as it could have been because they didn't write it correctly. Did they even mention the fact that he was from Latveria in those movies? I don't even think they even mentioned it.
No.
But yeah, they made him more like a corporate Norman Osborn type of character is what he was portrayed as in the Fantastic Four movies. But he was good in the role. I thought he was great in the role. But you can't polish a turd. You know what I'm saying? He was a very underrated actor, if you ask me. But the one...
Well...
Oh, go ahead.
Still better than Fan Four Stick.
Yeah. no doubt. I've still never watched Fan Forsting. I was hoping there would be a Marvel animated movie with him as the voice of Tony Stark or Iron Man. And he's talking about Michael Madsen there.
No, he's
Now-
talking about Julian.
Is he talking about Julian? Okay, cool.
Because Julian plays Doctor Doom. RDJ is playing Doctor Doom.
Right.
So if he plays Iron
flipping the
Man,
script.
yeah.
Now 2 Charmed actors won't be attending. Yeah, no doubt. Let's see who else here. McMahon is underrated as Doom. The movies could be better, but still fun to watch. Yes, they are. I'm really hoping that this new Fantastic Four movie is going to be a good movie, but I got a feeling I'm going to be watching the Jessica Alba ones forever. Just, saying those are, the best we're going to get. You know what I mean? Because I just, the more I see about this new Fantastic Four movie, the more I cringe at it. But we do know one thing about that one. There's no stakes to it because they're going to get pulled out of that universe into the regular MCU, right? So they're just, they're playing with house money with this movie. They can do anything they want with it. Let's see. I think
it's not like Disney cares about losing money. So
right? They don't. Yeah, they don't care about that. I think there are references to Latveria, but it's treated like he grew up in America. Yeah, I seem to remember when they put him in the crate, they were sending it to Latveria. I think at the end of the first one. I can't remember exactly, but let's see. Keely Chow says same here. He's talking about with the Fantastic Four movies. Jessica Alba as Sue Storm, Invisible Woman. Hello, nurse. And Keely Chow has officially left the room. He's got things to do. Let's see. He's an Aussie, so of course he started off in an Aussie soap, Home and Away. Really? He started off in soap operas. That's not surprising. Look, my wife will tell you he's very easy on the eyes. She was in love with the guy. She's a big fan of Charmed, and he played Cole. The Romeo and Juliet love affair was Phoebe and Cole, the demon, right? The charmed one and the demon. I think they actually got married on that show at one point. But anyway, he's been a lot of things. Recently, it was FBI up in 2000 till 2022. He was on that show. So you might, if you remember watching that, but he's always going to be remembered as Cole from Charmed or Dr. Doom from the Fantastic Four movies. And it's a shame.
Or for Nip Tuck.
Yeah, Nip Tuck, which I never watched, but it was a popular show. I do remember it being a real popular show. Wasn't it on USA Network, I think, when that came on? Yep. Let's see. When asked about Home and Away, he replied, "Is that still on?" That's funny. That's where he met Danny Minogue. Yeah, okay. I didn't find that out until he died that he was married to Kylie Minogue's sister. I had no idea. That's just crazy, man. It's crazy. I like Charmed, but I like Buffy more. Yeah, that's every time I've mentioned Charmed when I've been talking about this guy, I keep hearing Buffy in the same breath. And I'm like, I never watched Buffy, so I wouldn't know about that one. But
Buffy was the one I watched.
Yeah.
When I was like in middle school.
Right. And what we're talking about here is we're talking about series that were check your brain at the door. They're not serious. They're total entertainment value. They're hot chicks and dudes and doing mystical things and stuff.
Like the originals. Love that show.
Exactly. The originals was another one. My wife got into the originals. She liked that one. Let's see. My bro was a big Charmed fan, but I avoided it. Also, sleeped on a Nip Tuck. I never saw that. It was on FX. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. I never watched that show. Only lasted about a year. Really? I thought Nip Tuck was on for a couple of seasons.
Yeah, I thought it was on longer than that.
Really? We'll check it out here in a second. Let's see. If I see a demon, I would beep Buffy, and if she can't slay the demon, I will call the Charmed ones. He says, yes, of course. Let's see. I did not know that.
Lasted 6 seasons.
6 seasons. Okay, gotcha. 6 seasons of Nip Tuck.
I mean, you could do 6 seasons in 1 year, right? Don't
Right,
soap
can't
operas do that?
if you're doing half-hour episodes, I guess you could do that. Does the McNogue clan stake out an Aussie soap each? Good Lord. But anyway, I got to tell you, this is the one that really blew me away because of how young he was. I always hate it. If somebody passes away at the age of 90, Clint Eastwood's still going. You know what I'm saying? These guys have had full lives, but this dude right here, he was extremely young, and it's a shame. Rest in peace, Mr. Julian McMahon. All right, let's see. Oh, hey, E. Clay Thomas is here. Yeah. Joe said nip. Yes, I did. I've said it several times tonight.
He did.
Yes,
I heard it.
I didn't say nip slip though. Oh, did I slip with that? Okay. All right. So we got the bad news out of the way. You want to hear some good news, guys? You want to hear some good news? I'm sorry, John. Was I interrupting you, bro? What were you about to say something? Okay.
No, I just said, because he was talking about his marriage to Danny Minogue was a year.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I got you. Okay. Here we go. Here's the good news. The Last of Us co-creator Neil Druckmann to exit HBO series. The co-showrunner is departing the hit series, which he made with Craig Mazin after a divisive season 2.
Well, okay, so here's the problem. I think Craig Mazin is the problem. So if he's left there, that doesn't fix shit. That's not good news to me.
Well, I'm pretty sure Druckmann's the problem.
I understand. I understand where you're coming from, Knock. But I don't like that second game at all. So
well, I know the third season is going to be better because it's going to be focused on Abby, and I like Karen Devers. So I already know that season's going to be better.
They should have cast her to play Ellie. I mean,
100%. But
yeah. Mm-hmm. We've talked about that several times, though. This show is miscast. And look, the casting that everybody was like, "Oh God," was Pedro Pascal, and he did a bang up job as Joel. That's the one thing I can say.
He was fine, and then he got destroyed. So I'm okay with that. I'm all right with that. I wanted that, and unfortunately I can't ever remember her name, but I want that. We looked her up like multiple times on the show, but I wanted that chick from Star Wars, one of the Mandalorian or whatever show, Boba Fett. I can't remember what show it was.
She's been in a bunch of them, man. I just saw her.
Yeah.
She's in the newest. She's a diver. Matter of fact, Tom Cruise uses her suit in Mission Impossible 8. Yeah, she's in a bunch of stuff. I'll pull her up here in a second, man. I can pull her up real fast.
She would have been a great Abby. That's all.
She would have been fantastic. Like I said, we've talked about it so many times on here. You guys know it was totally miscast, except for Pascal. He did a great job. Well, some of the supporting actors that are were just on for 1 or 2 episodes were really good too. I love the 2 guys.
The rest of them were fine.
Yeah, the 2 guys that play the gay couple were good.
That one dude that plays Frank, I like him as an actor. He really fit that role for sure.
Offerman, he's really good. Yeah, I love that guy. He's fantastic. Let's see. Exit wasn't the show already canceled? No.
No, it's definitely not canceled.
No,
I mean they just can't go past season 3, because there's no. And Eclay kind of says it. They can't go past season 3 because there's no third game yet. So
right, yeah. Well. Here's the thing. That's the challenge, isn't it? How about writing a season 4 after all of this?
Joe, here's why not.
Okay.
Game of Thrones season 8.
Okay. Yeah. If we don't have the people that wrote the shit, maybe we shouldn't do it. Is that what you're saying? Okay.
That's all I'm saying. Game of Thrones by HBO, Game of Thrones season 8. We've already set a precedent that does not work.
Yeah. Well, yeah. They should have hired Big Papa Pump as Abby. Yeah, I got you, man. But here's the thing. I didn't like the second game anyway. I knew that once they killed Joel off, that the ratings on this show were going to tank. And it's because Ellie was miscast. It I hate to say it. I loved her in Game of Thrones, but she can't carry a series by herself. There's no way.
No, man, because like the emotion that was portrayed in the game is something that Bella Ramsey can't do.
No, she can't.
And they were like, well, she can do the no emotion, side of it. Well, yeah, that's called not acting. that's just being. That doesn't work for me. It's the game. You're trying to portray the game in real life. That doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't. They canceled the Last of Us multiplayer game they planned. ND is a bot in a good place. What is ND?
It's not
Naughty Dog.
Yeah,
Naughty Dog. Yeah,
a Naughty Dog is not in a good place, I think is what he's trying to say. Yeah. Well, I mean, Naughty Dog's going to be fine. He says in the release that he put out that he's going back to play video games. It's pretty obvious he was let go, but he's saying he's going back to playing video games and he's leaving the show. So whatever, good riddance. I don't like Neil Druckmann. I think he's an idiot, but hey, that's the way it goes. Sticking on the video game front, found this week. PS6 release date and schedule leaked by Insider. And this Insider is on Twitter. His name's Detective Seeds. He's a video game insider. And according to his tweet, according to a PlayStation engineer working on the hardware side of the house, the PlayStation 6 will be announced in 2028 and release late that fall, early 2029. Devs kits are estimated to be distributed, to developers around spring 2026. At the same time, PS5 Pro gets the upgrade to FSR4. Now, do you guys know what FSR4 is? I don't even know what that is. FSR4 game list, complete list, and latest titles.
Fidelity FX. It's the AMD graphics stuff.
Okay, gotcha. Fidelity FX Super Resolution. Okay, gotcha. Yep. I was wondering, man, when I read that, I was like, what the hell? So I may not see this console. No, I'm just kidding. I'm hoping I will be around for it. Knock has been dropped out, but he's on hotel Wi-Fi, so he'll be back as soon as he can. Let's see. Yes, I play video games, Neil. Don't make them. Oh my God. Hey, man, he was part of The Last of Us part 1 and part 2. He co-wrote the first one with somebody else. And I think that he did great with a co-writer, but I didn't like the second one. That one, me and Knock don't agree on that one. Knock enjoyed the hell out of the second game. And my daughter enjoyed it too, but I just didn't. When they killed, I still haven't finished it. I finished playing Ellie's part of it, and now that I'm Abby, I just can't bring myself to finish it. I'm just, I got to play as this chick.
I mean, it goes back and forth, so you haven't finished yet. But
yeah.
Whatever.
Well, I've played about 10 hours of it.
It's a very long game.
Yep.
So yeah, if you put 10 hours into it,
altogether. Yeah.
It's longer than that to me.
Really? Okay.
Unless you just don't look for anything on any app or whatever.
Well, anybody that's watched me play video games tell you I'm point A to point B. I don't go scavenging a lot of shit or nothing like that. So
problem is a lot of times you can't find point B.
Yeah, right. That's my problem. It's a lot of times I cannot find point B, no doubt. Let's see. Similar with Riri, Bella is a challenging Western beauty standards and acting standards higher. Oh my God. Yeah, whatever. Knock is in a hotel, California. You can check out, but you can't leave.
No. See, that's the unfortunate business. Like with being on the phone, it's so easy to back yourself out of the
right
out of the
just
chat. It's literally the top right of my screen, and so if I move anything, my finger across anything, and it hits that back right button, I'm out of the stream.
Oops.
It sucks being on a phone.
Now let's see. Naughty Dog was always Uncharted to me, and the series peaked on 3. The lead of that was Amy Hennig of Legacy of Kain fame. Okay.
Uncharted is such a. I like the story of Uncharted, but the gameplay is so repetitive. It's stupid.
Yeah. Hennig is currently behind the World War II set Captain America Black Panther game. I am looking forward to that, man. Everything I see on it makes me want to play.
Did Black Panther get canceled?
No, just this Black Panther solo game.
The Black Panther solo game, yeah. This is something completely different. They're going to be putting that one out. But anyway, long story short, I'm glad to see Druckmann out. I want to see if they can turn things around on that series, because I would like to see them try and do something else with that. I think it's a cool universe to make things in. We don't have Walking Dead anymore, so I would love to see something like that. But anyway, okay.
I'm not convinced. I still think Craig is the issue. The other guy.
Okay. Well, we'll find out. We'll see. We will see.
I think this next season is going to be better no matter what, because it's going to be more focused on Abby, and I like her much more, as an actress. So no matter what, season 3 is going to be better in my opinion. But still,
yeah, I hear you. Anyway, next up on the pop culture update, here we go. The Wednesday trailer came out. Enid's demise teased as death lingers over Nevermore Academy. You guys go check it out. I would play it today, but I just don't think we're going to have time for that today. We got a bunch.
So is this another we waited 3 years and there's only going to be 6 episodes thing, like Squid Game?
I don't know. I don't know how many episodes it's going to have or anything like that. I don't think it says it in here at any point.
Netflix is forgetting who they are.
Yeah, this is true. Look, Squid Game dropped and I didn't even know it. I didn't even know.
I watched it and I definitely liked it more than season 2, but it was still only 6 episodes.
Yeah, well, I haven't finished it yet. I watched part of the first episode, so we'll talk about it eventually. Have you watched it yet, John? Have you finished Squid Game? Yeah, I didn't even know it had dropped. I saw somebody else talking about it, and I was like, "What? No, really?"
Yeah. Somebody else mentioned it to me. I was like, "Oh yeah."
They really didn't. There was no pushing that. You know what I'm saying? They really didn't do that. So anyway, but yeah, I'm a big fan of this show, so I'm looking forward to it, man. I think it's going to be a lot of fun watching Wednesday Part 2. And I tell you, I love this is correct casting right here. Jenna Ortega is fantastic as that little girl. She is fantastic. I think she's awesome.
She's as good as Christina Ricci was.
Oh yeah, for sure. Absolutely, man. Big time fan. Yes, I'm with you, Vince. Yes.
And nothing adults love more than playing teenagers.
Man. But anyway, yeah. So go check that out. It's out now. And speaking of HBO, when we were talking about Last of Us, this is the day they went back to being HBO Max. We talked about this back in May. Max has officially changed their name back to HBO Max. And why they even changed it to begin with, I don't understand. I really don't. Home Box Office is the longest running cable channel there is. Why would you? And it's got so many great properties. Why would you change the name of this? I didn't understand that at all.
My favorite rebrand is always going to be IHOB.
IHOB?
It's always going to be my favorite one. Whenever I think rebrand, I think IHOB. It's one of the best ones ever.
That's too much, man. That's crazy. Let's see. What's he talking about? They changed their name more than Puff Daddy. Yeah, right? No kidding. P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, whatever his name is. I'm so glad we didn't cover that whole trial on this show. My gosh, what a farce. Okay. But yeah, HBO Max is back, boys and girls. Let's see. They had this article in Variety. Go check this out. Box office 2025 takeaways. PG movies score. Superheroes remain shaky and budgets are just too high. They talk about how Sinners, Lilo and Stitch, and Minecraft have been the real winners at the box office this year. That kind of thing. Revenues are up 15% from 2024. So, I mean, but yeah, by all accounts, for instance, the Thunderbolts movie was a good movie, according to a lot of people. I haven't seen it yet. I'm waiting for it to come on streaming, but a lot of people liked it. I believe Knock and John, didn't you both like that movie? Yeah,
I did.
Yeah, it was in theaters. I watched it when it was in theaters. It was a very decent movie. Yeah, absolutely.
But I think what hurt that film is the rest of the stuff that they've been putting out. It's just not that good. And I mean, I didn't watch it, but I've seen enough clips to know I didn't want to watch Riri. Knock, did you try Riri?
Wait, what is Riri?
Ironheart.
Ironheart.
Oh, I watched the first couple of episodes. Too much virtual signaling in that one for me.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'll go back to it and finish it, but it was a little.
They almost got me there with Sacha Baron Cohen as Mephisto. They almost got me to watch it.
Yeah, but
almost.
Once again, from what I heard, you didn't really. The only time you saw Mephisto was like in a reflection of a spoon or some shit like that. I was like, "What? You gotta be kidding me, man!" But yeah, it's just I don't. It's not for us. It's not for me, guys. It's not for me.
No, the one time she talks to a white person, she's saying you're privileged. So I mean, it's definitely not for us.
Yeah, no doubt. It was definitely not made for us. But I have to say, I'm looking forward to the superhero movie that's coming out this weekend. And we're going to talk about that here in a minute. But I guess I'm going to have to sit down and watch a Minecraft movie.
It's not that bad.
Yeah,
I'm all in. Right. I'm all in. I love everybody in it. I really like. I like the young kid they got as the main character. I like Emma Myers in it, who's in Wednesday. I like. Acting wise, I don't mind Jack Black. I mean, I obviously agree with him politically, but I can separate that. And then Jason Momoa, and unfortunately, I don't know her name, but she was in Peacemaker as Amanda Waller's daughter. Okay. She's in there as well. The whole cast, I dug it all.
Yeah. Well, it's finally on HBO Max, so you can watch it now if you want to see it. And it's under the Warner umbrella, so I will definitely be checking it out here soon. Once I get out of July, because I got a lot going on in July. We got Superman this weekend. I've got a show next weekend. The weekend after that's Fantastic Four, and I turned 60, so I'm busy all the way through July. So I'll watch it.
I'm going to see Superman Tuesday.
Are you? Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Something I think has flown over people's heads with Riri's pivot to a Magic and Mephisto. I think they're jamming her into the Midnight Suns movie. Are they making a Midnight Suns movie? God.
That's the rumor.
Oh, wow. Whatever. They're
Ghost Rider, Blade, I guess now Ironheart.
Yeah. They've made so many things way ahead of other things they should have done. There's so many characters that they've left behind. I mean, the fact that they don't have an X-Men movie out by now is ridiculous. I don't. They
should have started. They should have started working on that the instant they bought Fox.
Right, the minute they bought Fox. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say this is the time like DC needs to take full advantage of.
Yes, and we can only hope that Superman is the first step of that. At least they kept Mephisto away from Peter Parker. Yes, So far, they say, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. You know they want to mess with that.
So the next Peter Parker movie is called Brand New Day.
Oh, but it's got the Punisher. It's got John Barathol in it. I have hope. I have hope. I have hope. Next up, we've got Tom Brady is getting around, folks. Tom Brady was spotted shirtless on a yacht with a bikini-clad Dakota Johnson and Kate Hudson days after Sydney Sweeney rumors.
He's a bachelor.
Yeah, he's a bachelor. He's getting around, baby. Oh, my God. Are you seeing this? Look at this. This is crazy. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a Dakota Fanning fan. No doubt about it, dude. That's got to be one of his sons right there. Good Lord.
Yeah, is the Tom Brady in the room with us?
Right? That's crazy. I did that one as more of a transition. I mean, we all know who we got to check in on next, right, guys? We got to check in on the girlfriend of the show and see how
real quick. I just got to mention real quick, Joe. I don't know if you saw it, but before we get to Sydney Sweeney,
yeah.
Did you see the iPad stand for $1,000?
The iPad stand for $1,000.
Yeah, you didn't see that one?
No.
Oh man, what an announcement! What an announcement by Apple.
It's ridiculous.
Good old Apple.
Hang on, let me see if I can find this. I gotta see this.
I quickly glossed over the videos about it, but yeah, just look up the iPad stand. They just announced it.
This thing.
No. I'm not talking about third party shit. I'm talking about from Apple. The Google Apple stand.
Let's see. Apple.
And I thought the girlfriend of the show was Kathy Griffin.
Kathy Griffin.
Oh,
what? Are you out of your mind? Never in a million years.
What, you don't like her new hairstyle that's like half and half?
Oh God, no. Okay, I may not be able to find. Hang on, wait. That can't. Is this it right here?
Yep, $1,000.
It's a pro stand, Joe. It's $83 for 12 months. That's all, and you can get 3% daily cash with Apple Card. That's it. That's not.
What the fuck? Yep. What is this?
They announced this at it like the same. I'm guessing the same stage that Steve Jobs walked on. They announced this shit.
Unbelievable. Hang on, Pro stand.
Oh man.
Hang on. Apple Pro stand announcement. Let's see what we got.
And there was some other part, like the bracket that goes on the back of the iPad or Apple TV or whatever. It was like $300 or some shit like that. Yeah. Yeah, unveils.
What in the hell? I've got the sound off here, guys.
No worries.
The Mac Pro cheese grater.
The Mac Pro cheese grater.
Oh, there you go. There's the Pro display. For $5,000, yeah.
Yeah, it's $6,000 for the Mac Pro.
$5,000 for what? A fucking computer?
The Apple computer, yeah. There you go. The Visa. Wait, go back a second.
I'm going.
That was a good.
I gotta pause it.
That's what I saw. Was that picture? Notice that you can see on YouTube where the traffic is the highest. The Visa, I guess that's the bracket, right? That holds to the whatever. That's the $200 and a stand, a fucking stand.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
People are gonna buy this.
Absolutely nuts.
They're gonna buy this. Like,
who's gonna buy that for $1,000? Well,
at this point, I think Apple has become. Maybe they've just become the new paintings.
Right? The Nintendo of computers. That's
they're no. I think they're like paintings, right? Where it's just a scheme.
This thing's actually
like the Hunter Biden paintings, right? Where they pay exorbitant amount of money for these things, but they're not really worth anything. But people will still buy it just to get Apple stock to go up or something. I don't know.
Right? Who the hell
It's
knows?
insane.
But that is crazy. That is absolutely nuts. Plus, every rumor post reboot suggests business as usual. I'm not even seeing any more of the course correction rumors Disney has tried to plant for the last year or so, talking about the MCU. 1979. I'm not sure what he's speaking about there. I've lost the chat here. I got to get back into it here. Griffin Wise, the dancing clown.
I think that's Kate Hudson's birthday.
Gotcha. Apple had a monitor stand for $1,000.
Yep, that's the pro stand, but it's pro.
We need
guys.
X-Man back, but properly done. Absolutely. Hey, as long as morons are willing to pay for it, yeah,
100%. There's people that are going to buy it.
Absolutely. If it's new Apple stuff, they're definitely going to want to get it. 90s X-Men is peak. Yes, absolutely. I would say the it was awesome. My kids loved watching that show first thing in Saturday mornings. Let's see. Totally not what Hunter Biden did. He is a genuine artist.
He's as good as Hitler, I'm sure.
Well, I'll tell you who an artist is. And that is the good Lord above, because he created the girlfriend of the show, and we got to check in on it.
How do you want me to handle the Sydney issue?
The Sydney issue?
Well, we should have a consensus on how the White House is going to handle it.
Well, I certainly hope the Sydney issue refers in some way to a problem that we're having with Australia, because if it's anything other than that...
Mr. President, Ms. Sweeney, I'll see you.
Have her come in, please. I am finished here.
Yes, sir.
There is no Sydney issue.
Miss Sweeney has been busy. Of course, we heard the rumors of her being at the Bezos wedding. We got a few shots of her getting out of those boats there in Venice. She was there, and apparently she was hanging out with Tom Brady. Let me go ahead and show these.
I doubt she was there for the wedding, but it was in Venice.
Right. And it was in Venice, Italy, and all the glamorous people were there, so of course she's going to be there, right? Sydney Sweeney is the only woman in Hollywood that likes being a woman. Yeah, no doubt, right? She is extremely based, folks.
Yeah, I wanted to mention, you showed this picture right here. I saw a meme earlier when it was like Sydney Sweeney dressed as like the Handmaid's Tale, like a nun,
right,
or whatever. And it's like this is what girlfriends are.
Yeah.
And then this is what exes are, and it showed that picture right there.
That's awesome. Let's see. Yeah. Low Spec chiming in with, the rack. What's up? Douglas announced his retirement recently. Solid actor. I've no idea of his politics and don't care and don't know. Douglas. Michael Douglas?
Michael Douglas?
Is that who you're talking about?
I thought he retired for a couple of years.
I'm a huge fan, but he hasn't done anything in a long time. Let's see. The people didn't like Jeff taking up space. Yeah, right? So they had to call up Sydney Sweeney and make sure she got there, right? Let's see. What else we got here? Yeah. Like I said earlier, she was seen dancing away till 2 a.m. at the Bezos wedding. So with Tom Brady, of all people. Tom is getting around over there across the pond, man. He's going to see some people, isn't he? That's crazy, man. But I had to, when I saw this headline, I had to pull this one up just to share it with you guys. Megyn Kelly says Sydney Sweeney's enormous breasts scored her an invite to Jeff Bezos and Lord Sanchez's wedding.
Somebody's jealous.
And all I can tell you is this, Miss Kelly. Yeah, of course. What are you hating on her for? Oh my God. Let's see. Sydney Sweeney sponsored of Admiral Teague on YouTube and the Daily Bugle on X. What? Teague is using Sydney Sweeney? He lit us up about her one time. Let's see. Buster Douglas. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, Buster Douglas has been retired for a long time. Well, he was in the Ant-Man movies. Yeah. Right. Sydney Sweeney, hello, nurse. And we've lost Keely Chow again. Oh, my God. Okay. Douglas did have a sitcom on Netflix. Think his co-star passed last year. Really?
Let me guess. That show lasted one season.
Right. Yeah. No kidding. Right. But anyway, I thought that was hilarious. Yeah. Megyn Kelly showing just how jealous she is about it. Right. That's ridiculous. But this caught my eye. Sydney Sweeney not opposed to starring in Barbie sequel with Margot Robbie. Tease Euphoria season 3 as a wild ride. This is from an interview. Let's see. In a new interview, the star revealed that if she were asked to play a role opposite Robbie, she would not be opposed to it. I'd have to read a script, but I'm a huge, huge fan of Margot, so I would not be opposed to it. So, guess who's trying to get her in a Barbie movie? Sounds like something's afloat there, because when the smoke
I would
starts,
only want a Barbie movie sequel if there's an Oppenheimer sequel. So, unfortunately,
right, we got to have Barbenheimer 2, right?
Yep.
Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo.
Okay, no, we can't do that, because if we do that, then Mark Wahlberg's going to be in it. And look, we can't do that.
Maybe we can get Van Damme to do a dancing scene again.
Yeah.
Oh my God, man. Let's see. She could be Cindy, Barbie's sister, or something like that. Will they have a costume big enough? Right? Yeah, no doubt. When are they going to put her in something I actually want to watch?
Eden.
Well, I mean, dude, Euphoria 3 is coming out here pretty soon.
Eden
is coming out this fall, so we'll find out about that. That's an adult show, it looks like. This looks very trippendicular from what we've seen out of the trailer. Go check out the trailer for Eden, E. Clay Thomas. You might be interested in that one. But anyway, last up, we got to check her Instagram, and she doesn't really have much new. Everybody knew about the Baskin Robbins deal. She did a commercial for them, and let's see. I don't have the sound on, right? Yeah. Just wanted to make sure I didn't have the sound on, get gigged by the music and everything. But
I'm not really sure why, but I want ice cream all of a sudden.
Now all of a sudden you want ice cream, right? We've got these shots here. Cash for gold, sidewalks, and skeletons. That's, I don't know what this is for right here. I think this is just stuff from Italy, because that's the same dress she was wearing. But the last one is just some photos. Looks like in her backyard with a friend. I don't even know who this chick is. And it doesn't say up there. She didn't write anything about it. So there you go. Just her hanging out in the backyard. Looking disheveled. I wonder if this is after dancing till 2 a.m. What do you think? I don't know.
Possibly.
But there she is. And that is your Sydney Sweeney check-in for this week, boys and girls. There you go. Click on the first pick.
You already did. You already did.
Let's see. But anyway, that's it for that for right now. Okay, so the meat of the thing today is Superman. The box office predictions have already gotten started off. Superman, the first movie in James Gunn and Peter Safran's revamped DC universe, to fly around the world to at least 200 million plus box office preview. Of that 200 million, they say it's going to be about 130 million domestic. So we're going to see on starting tomorrow. We'll see what's up. A lot of reviews are already out. They span everything, guys. You got this one from The Standard, says Superman review James Gunn just killed the superhero film. And then you've got USA Today saying Superman review David Cornsweat soars as an empathetic Man of Steel. And then you've got, I really don't know how to describe this. I was reading it earlier. If you go to Chris Gore's review, it starts off like it's a really great Superman movie, and then he starts picking it apart. I don't know if he wants to make up his mind on this or not. I really don't know from this right here. But we've got both the good and the bad reviews. Me personally, I'm tired of the hype. I'm ready to just go see the damn movie myself. Nick Weiser, I heard that. Nick Weiser liked it. Other are meh. Well, I've heard some of the meh ones, and I've heard some people that loved it. I think Yellow Flash said he loved it too. So it's like every other. But here's the thing: I'm gonna try not to put that big of a microscope on it myself. I just want to go in and see a good movie, and
Listen, I stopped listening to critics when I saw one critic give Shrek a 1 star.
Yeah, right.
and since that day, 20 years ago, I stopped listening to all critics.
Right. Yeah. Well, the critics are the same people that said Star Wars sucked, that it was just a rehash of old themes and stuff like that. I thought it was stupid, Let's see. Read by Nature says, I've heard a range of things. John's and Nerdrotic ranged from the bad, but Nick Weiser and Yellow Flash love it. Yeah, exactly. Like I was saying, it's very up and down. But hey, I know Latino Slant thought it was entertaining. I saw his out of theater bit he did with his lady. Snarky J says it's all over the place. Well, Snarky J is a great cosplayer, and that's about all she is in my eyes. I wouldn't trust her with a movie review at all. She tends to lean towards hating damn near everything. So
I don't know who Snarky J is.
You don't? Oh, she's a really good cosplayer, and she's a YouTuber too. She's pretty good. You'd like her, man. She's cool, but I wouldn't listen to her movie reviews. From mid to bad, I meant. Yeah, I know what you meant, buddy. Breaking news: some people are stupid. Yeah, E. Clay Thomas. You're absolutely correct. Some people are stupid. But I figured what we'd do today, though. I found this list of the live-action Superman movies ranked, and I wanted the three of us to look at it and see if we agree with it. I can tell you right now, I don't agree with it, and I'll tell you my changes I'd make to it. But we're going to take a look at the previous Superman movies and celebrate Superman a little bit here, because he is the granddaddy of them all, boys and girls. He is the superhero that's been around the longest. So you always want, if you like superhero movies, you want to root for this to be good. I mean, I remember when the Christopher Reeve one come out, I was a huge Spider-Man fan, right? And had they done the crossover yet? I don't think they did that till the 80s, right, John? I think it was in the early 80s they did the Superman versus Spider-Man book, right? Pretty sure it was during my boy Ross Andrews' run. They hadn't done that yet. And the fans were really polarized between DC and Marvel. But my dad was a comic book fan when growing up, and he always told me, hey, Superman is the OG. Everybody else is trying to recreate the Superman thing, So you want his movie to do well. Martin, it is good to see you, my friend. How are you? He says, hello, Joe. He's talking like Droopy Dog again. This is what I'll sound like after a couple of beers tonight, because I've been really busy. Anyway, everybody's saying hi to him. Anyway, let's see what we got here. Vince says, did you watch the Nicholas Hammond Spider-Man show? Yes, I did. Yep. I did. And you know what? I didn't really like it. I thought it was formula television. I thought that, and John, see if you agree with me on this. I thought they tried to make Wonder Woman only with a gay, not gay, but a guy character. You know what I mean? A male Wonder Woman type series. Yeah. That's what it came across to me as. I didn't really like it. I didn't like the special effects where they had white ropes
No,
as
Martin.
webs.
No, Martin.
Like
You're not.
Let's see.
I need to nip this one in the bud.
What is it? What does he say?
Are you giving soup spoilers? No.
No, not at all. No soup spoilers at all. We're going to talk about the old Superman movies. And
now the question is, did you like Saputo Man?
Saputo Man. Saputo
Japanese Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, he was killing everybody, man. He was a fucking straight up murderer. He was cool. That's pretty.
So
I have seen that. I didn't know that was the name of it.
Spider Unisher? I don't know.
Yeah, right. No, you'd have to see it, man. It's
Spunisher.
It's total. Yeah, the Spunisher, right? Yeah. That is totally off the chain. I remember the one you're talking about now. Yeah, that was pretty cool, John. Let's see. It's not out until Friday here. Yeah. Well, it comes out Friday everywhere, but here in the States, they show a lot of movies starting at 7 p.m. the night before. Used to be, right, John, they'd give you a show at midnight. That's all they do, right? So it was on Friday, but you'd have to come in at midnight and watch it. But
and then you get a bunch of people that don't contribute nothing to society that get to watch it a week before. So,
right. And then tell everybody if it's good or bad in their opinion. You got to remember, it's their opinion, folks. You got to watch something for yourself. Japanese Spider-Man even had a freaking Megazord. Yes, he did. It was awesome.
Yep.
Let's see. What was the name of Superman's mother? Mob L. He just got me to say it, didn't he? Ma Bell. Younger people won't get that one, Clay. They won't get that one. That's what they used to call
way over my head.
Ma Bell. Was Bell South here, as a matter of fact. Let's see. I've got all the links. Well, you go ahead and get all the links, bro. But I'm going to see it Saturday, so I'm not going to worry about it. But anyway, let's get into this list. This is ranked by somebody at IGN. Top to bottom, the existing live action Superman movies.
Okay.
Of course.
Don't have a problem with it so far.
I don't think there's a problem with this one. This is the worst Superman movie ever made. If you've never seen it, let me go ahead and pull up my IMDb page and I'll get it. This is Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. I think it was 87 this came out. And my God, it's bad. I can't believe both Christopher Reeves and Gene Hackman signed on to do this thing. I really, after seeing it, I was like, what the hell is this? Let's see.
Real quick, Joe.
Yeah.
By the way, one of the links that Pence put out there was the entire season of Spudaman on YouTube.
Really? Kick ass. Go, man.
I have that saved. I might give that a watch.
You might have to check that out. No doubt.
It's awesome.
That's awesome. But anyway, yeah, this is unilaterally the worst Superman movie ever made. There's the poster in all its glory. He's going to get rid of the nuclear arsenal, boys and girls, in this one and save the Earth. Yeah, Gene Hackman's in it. I mean, it's all the usual suspects, but boy, this is bad. It really is. I think, was Lana in this one, or did he have a different love interest? I don't remember. But Nuclear Man is the thing that really just was too much for me in this movie. It was too crazy. No, Margot Kidder was in it again. I forgot.
Yeah.
It's got everybody. John Cryer was in this?
Yeah.
God, I forgot that. Yeah. And Mark Pillow plays Nuclear Man, and it's super bad. It's really
this was woke before woke was a thing.
Yeah, this was woke way before woke was a thing. No doubt about it. Check out Nuclear Man. The outfit is horrible. Everything about that's horrible, man. Whoa. It was pretty bad. But anyway, The Quest for Peace, well, I think we can all agree. That is
an hour and 30 minutes, I'm in.
An hour and 30 minutes. That might have been one of the problems.
I haven't watched any of the Christopher Reeve stuff.
What is it now? Say that.
I haven't watched any of the Christopher Reeve stuff.
Oh my gosh, buddy boy. Then you haven't seen.
I'm not a Superman guy, so I mean, it was never one of the things I watched.
Watch 1, watch 2.
John, you can't tell me not to watch them. You can't tell me not to watch them. Joe
I'm not gonna
knows.
tell
Fixing
you
to see what they are right now.
I'm just saying,
I'm
I'm going to
saying,
watch them all. If I watch them, I will watch them all.
Make sure you watch the Donner cut, not the regular theatrical cut.
I will find what I will watch whatever I find.
There you go. Number 6 is Batman versus Superman. And I just don't agree with this. I know it has its problems, but no, I don't think this is as bad as they're saying on this list. I would have to put Superman 3 in this spot is where I'd put.
Yeah.
That's where I'd put here. Batman versus Superman had its problems, but after I did some research, I thought, I had thought, and you guys know this. I'm a Marvel guy. I don't know about the one thing I love about Marvel is it takes place in real places on Earth. It's not, made up names for cities and stuff. I'd always heard that Gotham was New York and that Metropolis was Chicago, right? That's what I'd always heard, but that's not the case. If you look up, I wish I had to pull up, and I may look for it here in a second, but they have maps of the DC universe where these cities exist, and Gotham's in like Delaware or something like that, and it really is right across the bay from Metropolis. Huh?
I thought Gotham was in Jersey.
Okay, that could be Jersey, but anyway, it's right across a bay from Metropolis. They're actually pretty close to each other. I was shocked when I saw that. I was like, what? So because I thought that was one of the problems with this movie is they had those two cities so close to each other, But it turns out in the universe it actually is, So let's see what are they saying about this one here. Christopher Reeves got screwed in Superman 4 into doing a movie he didn't sign up for. Can't blame him. Yeah, hey, I don't blame him for that. Gene was embarrassed about voicing Nuclear Man. Yeah, no doubt. Superman original is the best one. See, that's what I was going to tell you, Knock. A lot of people, you haven't seen what a lot of people consider to be the best superhero movie ever made. I don't think that, but a lot of people do think that Christopher Reeve.
I would like to make the argument that Superman 2 might actually be a little better than the original Superman.
It's my favorite one. It's my favorite Superman movie ever. Superman 2. I love Superman 2. I'm with you on that one, John. I enjoy that one a lot more than Superman 1. Superman 1 is kind of like Star Trek, the motion picture. You know what I mean? It was it had a lot of special effects they didn't need in it. You know what I mean? There was a lot of that shit was in there, and it was an origin story, which I thought it was a good one. But whenever you're done with the origin and then you get to the action in the second one, it's great. I love him going up against the criminals from Krypton. I think it's awesome. General
Best line, Superman 2, kneel before Zod.
That's it. Kneel before Zod. Damn it. That's it. Let's see. And Superman get new powers, ancient Chinese masonry. Yeah.
Don't forget he can throw the plastic shield off his chest.
Yes. And wraps them up and nulls their powers there for a minute, right? Speaking of Gene, I believe he recorded his lines for the Dirty Harry PS3 game, canceled. Lawrence Fishburne was also in it. I'd love to hear those lines. Yeah, that would be cool, man. That definitely would be cool. Wasn't it the other way around? I don't know. I'm not sure. Gotham as Chicago makes more sense. I don't really know. Batman versus Superman, it's a bad movie. The director's cut's way better than the theatrical cut, but still is a bad movie. However, you are right. Supes 3 and 4 are way far worse than any of the Batman versus Superman cuts. Yeah. Like I said, I know it's got its problems from a comic book perspective, but I enjoyed it. Let's see. Kneel before Zod. Yeah, you know it, man. 2 adds Terrence Stamp as Zod. It's it's one of those times sequels truly up their game. Yeah, no doubt. Look, my favorite scene in that movie is when they're all in the daily in Perry White's office, wondering what's going to happen and everything, and the Kryptonians show up. That is my favorite part of the damn movie. It is the best when Lex Luthor sees Superman pull up and he goes, "Oh, thank God! I mean, get him!" Right? It's fucking one of the greatest moments in cinema history, if you ask me. I went and saw that movie a few times in the theater, dude. I really did. But this one here, I like. I got to tell you, I have a hard time not liking Ben Affleck's Batman. I think he's great in it. I really do. And
I like this better than I like Man of Steel.
What's that?
I like this better than I like Man of Steel.
Do you like this one better than Man of Steel? Yeah. Okay. I don't. I like Man of Steel better than I did this one. Both of them have their problems, but what I liked about this one was Batman. I thought this was a better Batman movie than a Superman movie, if you understand what I'm saying. I challenge people, find a better fight scene than when Batman goes after Superman's mom. Tell me a better Batman fight scene that's been on screen. I've never seen it. They tried to make it over to the top in the Batman, and it's not anywhere near as good as the fight scene in that one. I dug it when he was taking on all those dudes. I thought it was great. Let's see. Batman versus Superman is the only Supes movie I haven't seen so far. It's a Batman movie, man, with Superman in it. That's how I explain it to people. Am I wrong, John?
Yeah.
That's the way I looked at it. Yeah. And it was supposed to be.
The whole movie starts out with, the whole movie starts out with Batman, Bruce Wayne being pissed off at Superman for all the destruction in Metropolis.
Man of Steel. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
In Metropolis. Yep. Batfleck is the best Batman yet. Yes. Yeah. Well, look, guys, you comic book guys know this. He's the first guy that they've freaking cast that wasn't a dwarf. I mean, Ben Affleck's a big dude, and Batman's supposed to be an imposing character. He imposes fear in his opponents. That's one of his things that he does. You know what I mean? Enjoyed Man of Steel. Yeah, I did too. I thought it was cool.
As opposed to Robert Pattinson from the Batman. Stomp, stomp, stomp. I am the darkness. Stomp, stomp, stomp.
I dug that movie. I don't know. I dug it.
I thought it was okay, but I'm just saying, as far as action wise and the casting,
it's the first movie I've seen where he's actually was I don't know, being a detective.
Yeah.
Where did that fucking go?
Yeah,
huh?
right.
Yeah. Let's talk about the best Batman. Where's the detective work at? It's only in the video games.
I hear you, Vince. Adam West
detective.
for the win. Yep. I'm sorry, John. Go ahead.
He's a very bad detective in the Batman.
Yeah. But at least they went there. At least they went there.
Yeah, that's true.
The first time I noticed them freaking actually doing some detective shit.
Yep. I like the moments where Clark and Bruce interact. Like much of the Snyder's universe, it's botched in places, but nails it in others. Yeah, that scene between Clark and Bruce is pretty cool. Yeah, where he says we have a problem with freaks dressed like clowns. I thought that was pretty damn funny myself. Okay, so Batman versus Superman, they rated it as the worst. I don't think it is. I put Superman 3 in this slot, but that's just me. Next up, Man of Steel at number 5. I'd put it higher than this.
Somebody's not a Snyderverse fan, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not a huge Snyderverse fan, but I did like this one. I liked how I liked the part where they showed how he went through the world and would use his powers occasionally and stuff like that. But the things I thought were stupid as shit, the two things I didn't like in this movie is the fact that he didn't save his dad when he could have. That was dumb. I did not like the way Jonathan Kent went out.
Yeah. He's fast enough he could have zipped over there, saved him, brought him back, and nobody wouldn't even notice.
Right.
Except suddenly Jonathan Kent's is there.
Right. Yeah. I mean, dude, yeah. I didn't like that. And the other thing I didn't like about it was him killing Zod. He would have never killed Zod. He'd have flown out of the atmosphere with that dude before he friggin' snapped his neck, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, it's those two things. They're really bad. I love the opening of it though with, oh God, help me out. What's the guy's name plays his dad on Krypton? Russell Crowe. I love the opening of that with the Avatar birds and everything. I know everybody's going to say he stole from all kinds of things, but I love the opening of that. I love the guy that plays Zod in it. He did a great job too. You know what I mean? He's not Terrence Stamp, but he did a different take on Zod, and it was very cool. Zod was kind of like Thanos. He thought he was the good guy. He was doing the right thing for his people. That's what I liked about that villain in that movie. You know, Shannon Zod is underrated. Great actor who needs more recognition. Yes, Michael Shannon is great. Let's see, Batfleck show a little detective work, though they put more emphasis on his planning and getting prepared. Yeah, no doubt about that. That wouldn't stop Zod. Yeah, I know that wouldn't stop him, but he'd have saved those people and he wouldn't have killed him. Okay. That's all I'm saying.
He would have taken the fight out of town.
Yeah. Just get him away from people. Right. I remember this is his first fight. Yeah. And remember, this is his first fight. Yeah, but that's no excuse. He wouldn't kill him. I just don't see Superman killing someone. I just don't see that. Helix and Keylor, man. Yeah, no doubt, man. Pretty cool stuff. But anyway, I did like this one. Another thing that I thought they screwed up, though, I like Amy Adams, but she's not Lois Lane. It was almost like she mailed it in these couple of movies here. So a little bit of miscasting, but I did dig Russell Crowe as his dad, though. That scene where he tells him, "You can save them all, Cal." You know, I was like, man, he just unleashed the beast right there. You know, I thought that was really cool. Okay, so moving on. Number 4, Superman Returns. Yeah. I think that's a little high for this one as well. I'd have this down to about 5. I'd have this at number 5.
Yeah. I would have it above 30.
Yeah.
I would put it. Well, 4's fine. 4 works. But this movie is a lot better than people give it credit for.
Yeah.
Remember, this is the direct continuation of the Christopher Reeve timeline.
Right. Yes, I know this. Yes, absolutely. And there's direct lines straight out of the first Christopher Reeve movie in it.
Yeah.
I mean, when he saves the plane, he says exactly what he said whenever he saved Lois Lane in the helicopter and everything, right?
Yep.
And I thought Brandon Routh was a great Superman. It's just the deadbeat dad story drug this thing down.
Yeah, that's the part I didn't like.
It was really bad, that whole thing. But I thought the Lex Luthor was good. I mean, I know the man's been canceled, but Kevin Spacey did a great job as Lex. I thought. You know,
certainly better than Eisenlex.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, that's another thing I forgot to mention in Batman versus Superman. Oh my God, how horrible was that shit? He played, but I don't blame that on him though. I blame that on Snyder. He had him play that way. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He directed him to play that way because we've seen stuff with Jeffrey Eisenberg in it that's really good. I mean, he's a good actor. I think he's good.
I don't think
Zombieland.
Huh? Zombieland? Look, Social Network's one of a really good movie. I thought.
I still haven't gotten around to watching that one.
Yeah,
he's still playing Eisenberg in every movie.
Yeah, he does. He is kind of a John Wayne type. He's the same guy in every movie. He is. But my favorite one is oh God, what's it called? It's the one with him and Kristen Stewart where he gets activated. You know what I'm talking about? He's a killer. No,
not Wanted.
No. You know what I'm talking about.
That's McEnroy.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
McEnroy. Hang on one second. I'll look it up real fast. Because it's a good movie. I enjoyed it. You know the one I'm talking about. I just can't think of the name of it. Let's see. Jeffrey Eisenberg. Let's see. Here we go. Let's pull up his IMDb. And we'll go down here and see where it's at. It might be in his top ones. No, it's not, but Zombieland is. Squid and the Whale, come on. This movie's better than that.
Okay. Those, I will give him this. He is great in the Now You See Me movies.
Yeah, he is really good in those. Yes. Now You See Me. It was after that, I think. American Ultra. That's the one I'm trying to think of. If you haven't seen that movie, go watch it. It's fucking great fun. It really is. It goes on the what is the name of that friggin' CIA project that they're always talking about? MK Ultra, where he gets activated. He never leaves this town, and he gets activated, and he's a fucking murder machine, man. It's really good. It's like a Jason Bourne on cocaine movie. It's really good. And he's all freaked out by what he can do and everything. If you haven't seen American Ultra, go check it out with Jeffrey Eisenberg. It's good stuff. But getting back to Superman, yeah, I guess that's a good spot for this one. But really, this one suffers from the same things that Batman versus Superman and Man of Steel suffered from. You know, it's a good Superman, good Lex, good bad guys and everything, but just, you know, had stuff in it that would never happen. I mean, that whole deadbeat dad thing was just, it was kind of silly. It really was. But anyway, go ahead.
I did like the bullet shattering on Kal-El's eye.
On his eye. Cool. That's the thing I always remember about that movie is him stopping the bank robbery. Yeah, that was cool as shit. It really was. But anyway, we're moving on here. Superman 3, I think that needs to be way lower on this list. This is a bad movie. The only redeeming thing in it is the fight between Clark and Superman, and that's not even really good. I mean, you know. But this one, you know the story. It's got Richard Pryor in it, and he figures out a way to get all these little pieces that nobody accounts for in banks and becomes a millionaire and stuff like that. And oh my God, Vince Vaughn, or not Vince Vaughn. What's his name? You know who I'm talking about? The guy from the old TV shows from the 50s and 60s. Or is it's not Vince?
No.
I'm going to have to pull up the IMDb.
Robert Vaughn.
Robert Vaughn. Thank you. Robert Vaughn is the big main bad guy in it. They try and make synthetic kryptonite, and it turns Superman into a bad Superman and separates Clark from him. It's goofy as shit, guys. It really is. I personally don't care if I ever see this movie again. Really, it's it ranks right up there with. I mean, look, it's got Superman carrying Richard Pryor. Now that should tell you everything you need to know about this movie. It's even a bad poster. You know, you know what I mean? I guess maybe one of the good things in it was Lana Lang is in it. Because doesn't he go home for a Clash reunion or something like that in this?
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, this is a bad movie. That's the girl that played Lana. She was on a lot of stuff back then.
O'Toole.
Yeah, Ned O'Toole. She was great. But yeah, this does not have very many redeeming factors. Now, the Christopher Reeves movies, you got to know this about them, Knock. They're campy. They are campy. You know, they're very cheesy. But it worked in the first two because they used. You know how they're always bitching about the MCU comedy getting into things. You know how they can't have a moment of levity; they have to throw a joke in, that kind of thing. Same thing with Superman 3 and 4. They went way overboard with the shit. You know what I mean? But it was well placed in the first two. But yeah, Annette O'Toole was out of the cast in this one. Anna Ross. I think Robert Vaughn's down here. Yeah, there he is. He was Ross Webster. And yeah, it's just a bad movie. I would put this way lower. This is the spot I would put Man of Steel in. It's my third favorite Superman movie overall, I think. But anyway, John, where do you think this movie should be at?
right above 4.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's where it needs to be. These need to be the lowest ranked ones. One thing I noticed about this list, they didn't put Justice League in here. They don't consider that a Superman movie, I guess.
No, it's an ensemble.
Yeah. But anyway, Superman 2. Now, Superman 2 and of course Superman 1 is number 1. I would flip them. That's just me though. I understand why people like the first one the best, but I would definitely, this is my favorite Superman movie. The fight against the friggin' Kryptonians is the best, if you ask me. And boy, did they spend a lot of money. It was the most expensive movie ever made at the time. And that street fight between them in Metropolis is something else, man. Because they didn't have CGI back then, guys. They were using real cars and real people, and it was something else, man. It was pretty cool. Let's see, what do we got here? MK Ultra Doctor was also in contact with Lee Harvey Oswald.
Yeah, that came out recently.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But they couldn't fix the obvious contact lens for that scene, for the scene. Yep. Robert Vaughn. Yep. Let's see. But yeah, Superman 2 actually didn't they film both of these at the same time? It was going to be one movie, right? And then they said, when they started cutting it, they were like, geez, we got to make this 2 movies, right? And this I thought was the better one. But of course they've got Superman 1 as from 1978 as the best one. And I understand why they would say that, because this is where they established this universe and everything. And look, Christopher Reeves, I didn't think anybody would ever rival him. You could say what you want about the Henry Cavill Superman and the stories they wrote and stuff like that, but he was a good Superman. I thought he was a good Superman, but this guy will always be Superman to me. Chris, he walked the walk and talked the talk. And if you haven't seen the Christopher Reeves documentary called Superman, you need to check that one out too, because he really took this part to heart. He really did. He did more once he was in a wheelchair for humanity than he did ever as Superman. Mm-hmm. Let's see. And that supercomputer was supposed to be Brainiac in the original script. Really?
Yeah.
Well, if they'd have done that, that'd have made sense. Really? Wow, that's crazy. Supposedly sharing some creative DNA with Brainiac. Wow, that's cool. Seems like a mixture of budget cuts and mis-selling Reeves on the movie. Yeah, Reeves is going to play it, though. He was going to play it for sure. He was committed to the part. If you check interviews at the time, like Parkinson Reeves was done with the character. Really? Shame they didn't even put George Reeves' Superman on that list. Well, yeah, but were they movies or television shows?
He did both. There were movies and there were TV show.
Okay.
And then there's the one before him. I forgot what his name is. But there's the Superman before him that did the serial movies.
Yeah. His costume didn't show off how jacked Christopher was. This is what I'm talking about the commitment to the role. You'll find this interesting, Knock. A little bit of trivia. They were going to put fake muscles on Christopher Reeve because he was a really tall, slender guy. And he said, no, I want to look the part. So guess who he sought out? He sought out the guy that played Darth Vader physically.
Oh, David Prowse.
David Prowse. And David Prowse put him on an all-steak diet and just bulked him up in 10 weeks. He went from being a skinny runt to having the Superman physique. Yeah, Darth Vader did that for him. The guy that physically played Darth Vader, David Prowse. Have you ever seen pictures of David Prowse without that uniform on? Knock. He is a huge dude. He is a big guy.
Unless I'm mistaken.
Huh?
No, I don't think I have. I'm trying to think what Vader I got as an autograph, and I can't remember if it's him or not.
Yeah. But yeah, David Prowse, 10 weeks. That's all it was. 10 weeks. Yep. So yeah. John, you're with me on the on the placement of
Yep.
1 and 2, right? I'd put
Yep.
number 2 as number 1.
Especially the Donner cut.
Yeah.
Because they had fired Richard Donner before Superman 2 was finished.
Yeah.
And so that's why the theatrical cut of Superman 2 wasn't as good. But when they finally gave Donner a chance to re-edit it the way his vision was, it's it's just amazing.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, man, I dug them both. I went and saw them several times in the theater, but it's just something about that second. I'm telling you, that scene in Perry White's office, it's just, I could watch that on a loop, dude. It's so great. Read by Nature says, Luke, I am your spotter. Now lift, bro. That's awesome. All right, boys and girls. Knock, you got anything to say about the any of these Superman movies or the new one we're going to go see this weekend? What do you think?
Not really. I'm ready for Gunverse.
Gunverse, ready for really technically, guys. The Gunverse has already started because the characters from the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker are all in this universe.
Okay? And don't forget Creature Commandos.
And Creature Commandos. So this is not the first film of it. If you want to get really technical, the first film of it is The Suicide Squad. But this is going to kick off the main part of the universe. So I'm hoping it's good, guys. I'm hoping against hope. I like the fact that we're getting people that like it, don't like it. I'm ready to give you my review next week, and I'm going to go see it with my brother, and looking forward to it. My bro is looking forward to it. He was here this weekend, and he can't wait.
I saw the pictures.
You're going to see it Tuesday, right?
Yep.
So you'll be ready for a review. You're going to see it this weekend since you're off, right, Knock? So we will definitely
plan to.
We will definitely do a spoiler review of it next week. Everybody get out there and see the movie so you can give us your thoughts on it. Guns should stick with writing outlines. Well, we'll find out. Vince has obviously seen it. He's been saying stuff. But thank you for not spoiling anything, buddy boy. We appreciate it greatly. Looking forward to seeing it. And hey, if it sucks, I'll tell you. I got no problem telling you a movie sucks.
By the way, Joe, there's something I'd like to push when it's my turn. So just so you know.
Okay. No problem. We're about to do that right now. We're done with the show for this week, guys. John, you got anything you want to let the people know that I'm not already going to do?
Not that you're not going to already do now.
Okay. Noxter, what do you got, bro?
Well, I wanted to point out this week, I haven't watched it in the last day or so, but SGDQ is going on. I like to mention that whenever it's going on.
Yes, you did mention that in a text the other day.
Yeah.
It should be on the main page, right?
If you look up Twitch, then you'll see SGDQ. It's usually got the most people watching during this week.
Right.
Summer Games Done Quick. It's a little bit more liberal than I care to, but it's for a good cause. It's basically 1 week, 24 hours a day from Sunday to Sunday, and it's just mostly retro game speed runs for the whole week. It's really cool to see. They usually raise like over $2 million in 1 week, which is pretty cool. And this particular one is for Doctors Without Borders. What are they doing right now? This looks like
Titanfall 2.
Titanfall 2. Yeah, so they got some pretty cool runs. They've done Baldur's Gate 3 in the past, which I think they did in a half hour, I believe it was, or an hour, which is pretty crazy. They have a lot of really cool speed runs in this. So sometimes they have races. Looks like they're doing a race right now, which is pretty cool. I like their Mario relay races. They're really cool. Last year, or I think, and they have 2 events a year. One in the winter time, usually in January, which is awesome Games Done Quick, and then you got Summer Games Done Quick, which is happening right now. But I think in the January one, they did like an 8-man Mario relay race where they actually had like all the players on what they managed to set up the PCs that showed all the different players on one screen and what they were doing. So it's just really cool stuff. That I just like to mention it. It's a pretty good.
Absolutely.
Pretty cool
I'm glad you do, because we do cover video games on this channel for sure. I put the link in the chat on YouTube, guys. You go check it out. It's for good causes. I'm sure they have a list in the description of the causes that the charities that they're.
Well, this particular one, they usually do one at a time, and this particular one is Doctors Without Borders.
Doctors Without Borders. I see it right here. Yep. So if that's something you're interested in, go check it out, guys. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks for mentioning it, man. I do dig that myself. I always like to see if I can refine some of the games I have played. I'll look at their list and see what they're playing. Thanks a lot, man. Okay, so let me let you know what's going on with my channel. Of course, you know you're watching State of the Atmosphere. We do this every Wednesday night, 5:30 p.m. Central Time. Tune in next week for more pop culture news. Next time you'll see me is Friday for Sketching the Privateer. We're getting ready for GeekCon, so I'll be talking about that, but mostly comic book work. I found out some neat things watching another comic book artist this week, so come check it out, 1 p.m. Central Time on Friday. Then at 8 p.m. Central Time on Friday, it's Fallout, Tale of Two Wastelands. They're in New Vegas now, right, John?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, right.
Finally
in New Vegas. I know people love that one. So I've never played Fallout, but I'm looking forward to the second season of the show. I don't know. I think we got a release date on that, but I can't remember what it is.
December.
Yeah, December. Okay. But anyway, they're going to be playing 8 p.m. Central Time on Pop Culture Mindfield's channel. Go check it out. And then, of course, Sunday, it's the Brothers Hack the Matrix. Highlander and I will get together and let you know everything about the clown show that is 2025 through today's headlines at 6 p.m. Central Time on Sunday. Then we got another military drink and draw on Monday at 10 p.m. Central Time on Pop Culture Minefield. And it's the movie The Right Stuff, as me and Gary work on our comic books, so come check that out. That's a great movie, by the way, guys. If you've never seen it, it's long, but it's worth it. Watch it in parts if you have to, but it's fantastic. Anyway, we're going to be talking about it 10 a.m. Central Time on Monday, and then on 4 p.m. Central Time, it's time to go over to That 70s Rock Fans channel, and we're going to be talking about Back to the Beach, a movie from the 80s. It's crazy. It's got Pee-wee. How many movies have Frankie Avalon, Annette Funicello, Pee Wee Herman, Gilligan, and Stevie Ray Vaughan in them? Come on, man. Yeah. Crazy shit. Anyway, we're going to talk about it this Friday at 4 p.m. Central Time on That 70s Rock Fans channel. And then, of course, it's back to Mass Effect and part 2, and it's part 14 of my playthrough on Papa Joe Gamer After Dark on Monday at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. And then Wednesday at 3 o'clock, it's another drink and draw. And if you missed the Collateral show, go check it out. They did it at 3 o'clock today. I had a staff meeting at work, so I had to go. So that is everything right up until State of the Atmosphere next week. So for myself and John and Knock, I want to say thank you guys for being here. Let's see. Read by Nature says Fallout was a really good show. You know what
is.
Vince, yeah, is, and it's going to continue to be, hopefully. Let's see. Where's I know my man put his lingo in here. I know he did. Where is it? Vince, where is it? I know it's here. Well, anyway, he's going to say cheerio, guys and gals. Stay nerdy and have yourself a great week. I'm going to say week. And of course, I want to tell you to keep on keeping on. God bless. And don't forget, whether you like them small, medium, or large. Titty Tuesday continues into Wednesday, every Wednesday on Joe's Atmosfere's channel. You guys take it easy. We'll see you next week. Peace.
See ya.